I believe in total transparency when you're in a relationship. You can't say you are intimate if you are not totally transparent. I want to tell you that your intimidators are intimidated by you. So don't be intimidated by their intimidations. Every parent has a responsibility. You see, every child will be limited by the limitations of the parents. The title of my message this morning is called, Are You Really Making Progress? God has predestined you for progress. And if progress is your destiny, the question I am just simply asking you this morning is, are you making progress? Because if that is what you are destined to do, then if you are not, then we need to do what you call course corrections. The Bible says in the book of Genesis 26, verse 12 to 13, where I have quoted it so many times, I will say it again. Then Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year, like somebody is going to reap this year, 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. And the man began to prosper. Everybody shall begin. He continued to prosper until he became very prosperous. God's destiny for you and I is that we will begin at something. We will not just start it, we will continue at it. When you begin to stagnate, you begin to stink. You begin to die and regress. There is no such thing as staying in one point. There's what you call the law of entropy, which means that anything that remains in a particular state begins to die. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Essentially, anything that is not growing is dying. Let me put it this way. The way the human body works is that, listen to this, a child will grow from a young age, and as they're growing, everything they eat is going towards their growth. When I look at the man called Elisha, I see a case study. We will also see in his life progress. There was one time Elisha ministered to just a prophet. When I say ministered, he wasn't doing any miracles. All he was doing was washing the hands and following this man around. The Bible says, it proves it in 2 Kings 3 verse 11. It says, is there a prophet of the Lord here? The kings were looking for a prophet, but Elijah had gone, of course. So people were saying, is there any prophet here? And somebody said, Elisha, the son of Shaphat, is here, who poured water on the hands of Elijah. Which means there's a point in your life, listen to this, that you will not even really be doing what you are called to do. But what are you doing before you are called? Are you sitting down there complaining? Are you serving somebody and something? Number 2, Elisha now moved to ministering to sons of prophets. The Bible says in 2 Kings 2:15, now when the sons of the prophets who were from Jericho saw him, they said, the spirit of Elijah rests on Elisha. And they came to meet him and bowed on the ground before him. Number 3, Elisha broke the curse over a city by prophetic action. So he moved from being, what do they call it? He's serving a prophet. No prophecy, nothing. But when he served, when the man went, the spirit of that prophet came upon him. He started to see too. Number 4, Elisha ministered by prophetic direction. There are levels in miracles. It is one thing for somebody to say, hey, come, bring so and so. Put it on a cloth. Take it to so and so. That's prophetic. The person needs to be there, innit? This time, he sees a widow who they're about to take their sons into slavery. And then he tells her, go and get a cruse of oil. Prophetic direction. Here, he ministered to the poor by prophetic direction. Then God moved him to the next level. Elisha ministered to the affluent. You see, God always tests us in levels. God always does what? Tests us in levels. Then in the next 6 things is Elisha ministers to an international leader. That is where Naaman comes. Even though he was their enemy, but God used him.